Hey everybody, Larry Lawton here. I'm doing a great video right from the road, right from the RV. I am heading to Marianna FCI, Federal Correctional Institution, Marianna. And I thought I would stop here because I came here on a bus. And I'll talk about it here in a minute when I get to the facility. You know, I always get apprehensive when I go to prisons, but I always want to show people what they're like. Like here, look at the sign right here. Federal Correctional Institution, Marianna, Florida. I am moving forward. I don't know how far I'm going to be allowed to go. I changed my shirt, ready to do a quick video out front. And we'll figure it is. I can't turn around now, obviously. Hey everybody, Larry Lawton here. Like I said, I was coming into Federal FCI Marianna. Obviously, you could see it right back there. It's way back there. And I was stopped right when I came in, so I couldn't go in the facility, which is kind of normal. Obviously, the guy asked me if I was with some organization. I guess they get a lot of organizations coming in here, you know, trying them, I guess, or trying to expose them for what they do or whatever. I don't know about this facility. I do know my buddy Paulie Tellini, who I interviewed on this channel, was in this facility, and it wasn't a bad facility is what he told me. Now, we are really close to Alabama. We're on the way west side of Florida, in the Panhandle they call it. So I'm doing my trip. I'm heading all over the country, and I thought I'd stop here because it wasn't that far off the beaten path. And I remember coming here, but when you're on a bus, it's a whole different animal. You don't remember, like, you know, you remember on the highway, then you're looking out, and you're in handcuffs, you're in your shackles, and you just want to get the hell the way you're going and get that out of the way. You don't want to be sitting in here, you know, being on a bus for 12 hours. But we came from Tallahassee, and we had to drop people off and pick some people up, and we did that, and then we left. Obviously, I didn't stay here. I went back, and I went to Tallahassee holdover. And, you know, I only did it once, and like I said, it was way up out of the beaten path. And when you know, you ask people, where are you at? And then you see the signs on the road, Marianna, Florida. Then you know, because we all knew about FCI Marianna. It's a federal correctional institution. It's a medium security facility. Now, this facility had people with life sentences, and they still have them. There's people with life sentences, all that. That whole area is way off the beaten path, and I'm sure they employ a lot of people out of this town, Marianna. This made this town, so to speak, if you want to call it that. And that's how I look at it. So I thought I'd stop over here and talk about Marianna and the medium security prisons I was in. Now, medium security, I was in Coleman, I was in Jessup, and those were two medium facilities, prisons. I was also in Yazoo, Mississippi, and Forrest City, Arkansas. Although they were mediums, they were more gang units, and they put me those places because they didn't like me too much. But I thought I'd come here and do this video. And I'm thinking about the people in here right now, the weather. It's getting hot. You know, how much is it? How much is it going to really be? Do you want to go to the yard? You know, up here, the weather is actually pretty good. I wouldn't mind being up here in this facility. And just like Jessup, Georgia, Jessup, Georgia is about, I don't know how many hundreds of miles, but it's just east. If you took I-10 east, you'd run into Jacksonville, and Jessup, Georgia is a little bit north of Jacksonville in Georgia, not that far actually. So that facility weather-wise was a great facility as well, and I have a feeling this one would be too. Now, they have everything a regular medium, but this has been around a while. So they have stuff. I don't know if they have weights. I doubt it very seriously. They probably took them off. I'll have to ask Paul Tellini. Tellini's my buddy. You guys know him. I did the interview with Paulie. Paulie's a great guy. So I just thought I'd come here, check out another prison, and show you guys really what's going on. Right now, I'm doing this video at 11:07. So right now, they're going to start serving chow at about 11:34. They'll have what they call early chow, and that's 11:30. It's 11:07. And then after that, the first people that go to chow is what they call Unicor. The workers, the people who are working in the facility, they end up going to chow. And then the units start getting called to chow. Now, a lot of people, whether they want to or not, they won't go to chow, they'll go to the yard. and they can go work out on the yard or do whatever they want on the yard. That's normal. So at this minute right now, they're all getting ready. I can feel them because they're out in the units. The people who work in the units are getting ready. They already did all their little jobs, their orderly jobs, everybody else. Now there's also people on the yard. They work on the yard. What the prisons do is when they get people who, they have too many people with not enough jobs, obviously. So they'll only have X amount of unicorn jobs, they call them. So what they'll do is they'll go to that unicorn job, and now all the other people, they either get assigned to the rec yard or the orderlies or what they call CMS. So they'll all do all of that kind of stuff. So what'll happen here is they have too many people, literally too many people on the yard. So what they'll do is they'll just keep putting anybody who doesn't have a job, they'll send them down to the yard. That's where I was at Jessup, and I met Hoyle. Hoyle's another guy that I'm a good dude who used to run the yard in Jessup, and he remembers me. I'm actually doing business with him now, and he's a friend of Gary Massey as well. Like I said, there's some of these guys that are good, some of them are bad. It all depends, guys. It really doesn't mean anything. All it means is that people are normal, and it's funny because as I'm doing this video, I'm getting looked at by everybody who comes into this facility. And I already was stopped at this gate, right, the security gate right there. I was stopped there, and they didn't let me go any further. And they thought I was some, I don't know what, who's doing what, and I have no idea. I mean, I just want to try to give you guys an idea of what they're doing right now in that facility. And I always think about it because I tell everybody at 4 o'clock today, 4 p.m., I'll always just, in the back of my mind, a click or something where I'll look at my clock, it's 10 to 4 or still after 4. And I remember the guy, my buddy Jack Brown, who killed himself. I'll also remember other people, you know, who've killed themselves or did stuff at 4 o'clock count. Everybody's standing on their feet. So it's not like you even can, you know, lay down and take a nap or whatever it is. And you know, they'll have work call till 3:30, and that's recall. And then everybody in the whole facility, from the CMSs, the unicorn, the yard, everybody goes back to the unit. They wait for 4 o'clock count. After 4 o'clock count, what they do is they go to the unit. After 4 p.m. count, everybody's waiting for chow, and chow starts at 4:45. And then they'll have what they call early chow, pill line, all that kind of stuff. And then you'll go out and do that. So I'm trying to give you guys a kind of a day in the life of a person in an FCI right now. Now, again, FCIs have people with life sentences. They have people with very long sentences. But it's not as bad as a penitentiary, which has multiple. Like when I was in ATL, they had 880 guys with life. 880 out of 2,000 inmates. So what, 40-something% of are psychopaths. They don't give a fuck. Now you're gonna have life sentence guys here and guys with mega years, but you're not gonna see either they don't have mega violence on their record, because if they killed someone, they're not, you know, in an FCI, or if they killed someone in a penitentiary, never getting down to an FCI. So the goals are to get down lower as you go, but you know, the respect is a little bit different, and people have balls and they shouldn't have balls, and you know, we kind of look at some of these punks and say, who the fuck you think you're talking to? You know, that's why I didn't make it in an FCI, because I had what they call a penitentiary mentality, which is a mentality of, you know, don't fuck with me, you know, and I didn't want to, you know, I came out fighting, and that was my mentality.
All right, everybody, I'm heading to Forrest City, Arkansas, my last prison. So it's bringing back a lot of memories. I'm actually thinking about this trip right now. This is probably the route the bus took when they took me home, and I was looking at cars. So it's a pretty good trip. I'm gonna be getting here, heading to Forrest City, Arkansas, which was where the federal prison is, the FCI Forrest City. This is the last prison I was at, FCI Forrest City. It's a little bit different because they didn't really fuck with me that much, but it's kind of given me apprehension because this is where I left on a bus and everything else. So I'm going to check this prison out, see what we can do here, and this should be pretty good. So I hope you enjoy it.
Hi, ladies and gentlemen. Here I am in front of Forrest City, Arkansas. This was my last prison I was at. I actually didn't have anything bad to say about the prison. This prison, and I was actually left here as my last prison. Now I'm over 1,000 miles from my house because I just did this trip in the RV. I'm over 1,000 miles from my house. And they're not supposed to put you there, but that's what they do. But what I remember here the most is there was a lieutenant when I got here, a lady lieutenant. Now I don't remember her name. I know you're gonna say, oh, Larry never forgets, but I don't remember her name. But she came to me when I was up in the shoe, the hole, and she said to me, hey Lawton, I know everything you're gonna do. I know you're not gonna quit. They tried to break me. The prison tried to break me. They couldn't break me. They put me in different prisons. They abused me. They did everything they can to stop me from writing senators, writing the media, exposing them, suing officers, suing the administration, costing them millions and millions of dollars in legal fees and everything I did to them. Now, they wanted to shut me up. Now, they couldn't. Now, at this time, I probably had about a year left in prison. And I knew I was getting out, so I was going to start again. I didn't give a fuck if they left me in the hole for the remaining year. I really didn't. But this lieutenant came up to me and she says, takes me out of the hole, because I remember it vividly. She had black hair. She was about, or probably my age at the time, and I was in my early to mid 40s. Well, I got out of 46, so I was about 45, give or take, something like that. So what I did was, she said to me, hey Lawton, I'm not gonna mess with you. Listen to me. She goes, I know everything about you. I got your jacket. We're not gonna mess with you. Listen, she says, just go out there. If any guard messes with you, if anybody in the administration messes with you, you come to me and I'll take care of it. She was so straight up with me, I couldn't hate the lady. I really do wish I knew her name. She was a lieutenant. And she said, she was honest with me. She says, listen to me. First of all, they tried to break me, they couldn't. So since they couldn't break me, this is the place. I said, okay, I'm gonna do the rest of my time. And I did. I ended up going to the law library. I ended up going to the yard, working out. Now in this facility, it's like any other medium facility. You know, I ended up, I don't even think I had to work. All they did was say, hey, listen, Lawton, you know, you go to the law library, whatever you're gonna do. And I didn't write against the prison. I didn't do anything like that. Because I was honest with them. I wasn't gonna do that. I was gonna be honest, because if they didn't mess with me, I wasn't gonna mess with them. That's how I looked at the whole thing. And they didn't. But I remember vividly the day I got out, you know, they come and they get you. Matter of fact, there was a couple of guys in there. I started giving stuff away the night before. And I'm talking about my shorts and my cup and all the bullshit you have. And the night they come get you, the day before they come get you, or the night in the morning, they come get you at 5 in the morning. So the guard comes around. Now they open doors at 6 o'clock. So they come and get you an hour before that. So they came and got me. And when they opened my door, and they didn't even cuff me to go down there, they said, bring your property, whatever you're gonna take with you, and I did. And on the way out, I'm like going up to dude's door, man, take it easy, I'll see you guys later, whatever, man, hang tough, all that shit. Guys I got to know in the prison. And when I got to R&D, they said to me, they go, hey Lawton, you have $25 gate money, and I think I had $250 or $225, but I had a lot of money, cash, and they give it to you cash. Now this is the place that I said to them, okay, I want my money. So they gave me my money, and I said to them, wait a minute, where do I cash this in? Money changed 3 times when I was in prison, 3 times. So here I am thinking this is fake money. Now money when I went into prison didn't have colors on it, the big heads, the different way, and hieroglyphics, all that. So I thought it was fake. So I'm sitting like, holy shit, this is fake money. They go, no, Lawton, this is real. Now I don't trust them, you know that. But they give it to me, they convince me that it's real money, and I'm gonna be okay. So I get the money, and now I didn't even change out. Now, you can, if you want, you could have clothes sent into the prison. You could even have someone pick you up, which I did for my brother, because I would never do what I did here. Me, I wanted to get out of prison, and I wanted to be on a bus without handcuffs and shackles. Now, you gotta remember, I'm going to my halfway house. I'm going to Tampa. So I take a bus. They drop me off in the city of Forrest City, and they drop me off right at the bus stop. So I go in from the bus stop, they give me a bus ticket, but first they changed me out. I had no clothes coming in. I didn't want clothes. So they gave me a pair of jeans, they gave me a white shirt, They gave me boots or the bobos. So anyway, here I am. I take this stuff. I take all my stuff and I get changed out. And listen, I didn't have to be at the bus stop until 8 o'clock. When I tell you they drop you off at 5 minutes to 8, they don't want you in that town. 5 minutes to 8, I was there. Period. End of story. I got on that bus. I gave them the bus ticket because they give you a bus ticket. Now, I'm telling you, this is the place where I left, and I'm thinking about this whole trip when I was on my way up here, about the bus ride back. Now, I took a bus ride for over 24 hours. I think it was 24 hours to get to Tampa. It's a long, it's a Greyhound bus, and they stop at different areas and stuff like that. And here I was, nervous as hell, wasn't ready for this. I mean, I didn't even know what to expect. And that's why I didn't let my brother do that. Well, look at the size of this facility. Over here is the medium facility. Over here is a low facility or the camp facility where I was in behind the fences over here, obviously. And all the mediums are the same way. You know, there's controlled moves, there's yard time, there's lockdown time. Here it is, 3:10. Now, they either had recall at 3 o'clock or 3:30. It used to be 3:30 in most prisons I was in. So now at 4 o'clock, they're gonna be counting, and I'm gonna be driving, and I'm gonna be thinking about it. And that's just the way it is. But this prison had me, you know, coming here. Teresa said to me in the RV, she says, how do you feel? You took your headphones off. You're just sitting there driving here. And she was in the back reading. And I said, you know, it's kind of, I'm feeling like apprehensive or weird because I don't hate this prison. It was the last prison I went to, so I do have good memories of freedom. Getting on the bus, which sucked, obviously, but I had money in my pocket and everything else. And I look at that as a different way of doing things, you know? And I look at things in a whole different light, going from this prison to do things with this prison than I did with Atlanta. Like, in Atlanta made me really fucking cringe. Edgefield, where I fucking was abused and strapped down and pissed on, made me fucking cringe. And, you know, some of the prisons I did made me cringe. Coleman, not so much cringe, but it was like weird. This one was different because I left. I was done. I did my time. I went in 1996. I got out in 2007. Right here. Forrest City, Arkansas. The fuck am I doing in Forrest City, Arkansas right now? But I'm here because I'm heading up around the country. And I thought I'd stop because I was on the way. So I figured why not stop and do a video on what this place is like. Now, I pray that none of you guys ever make the mistakes to come here. I really do. I don't want you to come here. Prison is not worth it. It sucks. It's the worst place in the world. So I don't want you to have to come here in any way for making stupid choices because you think you could beat the system or something like that. Because I'll tell you what, our system don't give a fuck about you. Sorry, it just don't. They don't care about people that much. They don't want to help people. They don't want to give people a step up. They want to step on your fucking throat. And that's a shame because a lot of the people in here, I'm talking about the guards, are fucked up. And I could fucking start doing investigations on guards and you'd be surprised at what I could find out if I wanted to. I just don't give a fuck. I'm not like them. I'm not out to get people. That's not my style. Anyway, that's the prison I was in. I was in the hole here for probably maybe a month. Then I got out of the hole and I did my time, the rest of my time. And actually it wasn't bad time, I call it. It was a new unit. It was a hard unit, but it was what it was. So anyway, I want to thank you guys. I hope you enjoy these videos of me on the road, doing what I do. And I hope you never go to prison. And if you're making bad choices, remember this. Please remember this. It's one of my sayings. It is my saying. I don't believe in bad people. I believe in bad choices. And if that's you, you can change. All the people who write me and stuff, I'm proud of you. Keep doing that because you are changed. And you know what? You'll live a better life. Have a great day, everybody. Stay safe. Please make good choices. Have a great day.